friends, Hal here, Quail Studios guitar. Let's just talk about the caged system today. And I'm not only going to talk about the caged system, but I'm going to talk about how to find a C chord all over the neck, and I'm going to talk about how to find those notes in the C chord all over the neck. C chord, A chord, G chord, E chord, D chord. Now, can you remember those chords? Well, here's the order. C, A, G, E, D. Think about the word caged, C-A-G-E-D. Okay, like a caged animal, right? All right, so now you've got an idea. Now you can just play those chords. Okay, caged, C-A-G-E-D. C-A-G-E-D. Now, I don't know why people don't like the idea of the caged system. I think it's fine, because it doesn't matter how you think of chords or ideas, just as long as they come out correctly. Right? Whatever you're thinking of. Okay, so let's look at the caged system and what it is. So first of all, we're going to start out with a C chord. There's your C chord. And then we have an A chord. Here's the G chord. Now this is the regular G chord that you find in a beginner book, just like that. There's your E chord, basic E chord, and a D chord. Now, to do the cage system, what we do is we connect these chords together, going up, starting with C, and then A, and then G, and then E, and then a D chord like that. So here's the C chord. Now, this note right here is a C. So let's put the capo on the 3rd fret. Now, when I put the capo on the 3rd fret, and then I play an A chord, I'm getting a C chord. Remember when we played the C chord, that was a C. Well, that's still a C. Now let's move the capo up 2 frets to where my finger is on holding those 3 notes together. Okay, we'll move it up 2 frets. And now I'm going to play a G chord with the capo on the 5th fret. This note right here on the 8th fret is a C. And now I'm going to put the capo on the 8th fret. So we've got the capo on the 8th fret. I've got an E chord. That's still a C chord. Now let's move the capo up 2 more frets. That note right there is a C, right? I'm going to move it up 2 more frets to the 10th fret, put it on there, and there is my last C chord. Looks like a D, but with the capo on the 10th fret, it's a C chord. Now let's do it one more time. To the 12th fret. And now I'm going to play just your regular C chord on the 12th fret. So what I've done was I played a C chord with those shapes. C, A, G, this is a hard one, E, D, and then we're back to the C shape again. Listen to that. These chords sound a lot alike, don't they? That's because of the same chord. So the notes in the C chord are C, E, and G. So let's find these notes all over. E, C, E, G, C, E. Now let's go to that 3rd fret. I'm using what some people call an A bar chord. Now I'm doing it without the capo. I'm doing it with my finger. 3rd fret, I'm hitting the A string on the 3rd fret, the E string on the 3rd fret. So my finger is right up next to those frets, and I'm doing an A chord. And I've got a C, G, C, E, G. Now let's take those 3 notes, and I'm going to put my bar finger there on the 5th fret and hold those 3, right? And try to do a G chord. This is a little harder to do. Now we've got C, E, G, C, E, C. Now let's go to our E chord, 8th fret, E shape, C, G, C, E, G, C. Now let's go to our D shape, C, G, C, E. And then when you're back to the shape here, E, C, E, G, C, E. Okay, so you can find your notes all over the neck if you know those shapes. Now I have to confess something. I don't use that G bar chord. Right? I just don't use it. It's not something that I do like that. I do use it, part of it, like this. For instance, when you're playing Stairway to Heaven, right? I'm playing those notes right there, which are part of that G bar chord on the 5th fret. I can play a C here, or I can play a C like that. That's like an A chord on the 3rd fret. A lot of times I'll do it like this and bar those 3 notes with my ring finger, with my 3rd finger, or I'll do this E shape. So those are my defaults. The regular C, the bar chord here, the A shape, and then the E shape. Those are my defaults. So there you go. There's the caged system. I don't know why people don't like it. It's really handy because I think of chords in terms of shapes, not in terms of notes. But if you know where those notes are, for instance, if I want to play a part of a C chord, okay, one more thing before I go. If I want to play part of a C chord, I don't have to play the whole chord. I can play 3 notes of it, right? A really simple C chord. G note, a C note, and an E note, just like that. Right? Or I could play these 3 notes. Or I could play these 3 notes. Like that, just these 3 right across. On the 5th fret, G, C, and E. Or I could play those notes, or I could play the low notes. Or I could play those notes right there. Or I could play these. Or I could play these. Looks like a D chord up on the 12th fret. Right? That's how the caged system helps me to think of it. Take care. Thanks for being here. See ya. Bye. Subscribe, like, hit the bell, find our other videos.